If you step into 2026 using old financial rules, you're walking into a trap. Rent is anchored high, inflation is eating your raises, and standard advice like saving what's left over doesn't work anymore. Relying solely on a single W-2 salary is a guaranteed way to stay stuck on the hamster wheel. Today, we are breaking down the 5 non-negotiable moves you must make right now to build real wealth. The baseline cost of living isn't coming back down. Rent is locked in at record levels, interest rates have completely redefined debt, and standard salary increases are barely keeping pace with real-world inflation. If you actually want to get ahead this year, you need an offensive strategy. We are breaking down the exact moves you need to make to take control of your income, build real leverage, and map out your actual numbers. Let's get right into it. The very first move you need to make is locking down your fixed expense floor. Most people think financial freedom comes from cutting out small luxuries like buying a coffee or getting takeout once a week. That's just a distraction. Your financial fate isn't determined by $5 daily expenses, it's determined by your fixed overhead floor. This is the non-negotiable dollar amount required just to keep your lights on every month, bank rent, car payments, insurance, and baseline debt payments. In 2026, if your fixed floor eats up 70 to 80% of your net income, you're operating with zero margin of safety. One unexpected bill or emergency completely wipes you out. Your primary goal right now isn't to look rich or flex a lifestyle you haven't earned yet. It is to artificially suppress your overhead. Drive the paid off car a few years longer, keep living with roommates, or stay in a smaller apartment. Every dollar you shave off your fixed floor increases the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and that gap is your raw capital printer for wealth. Point number 2 is a complete psychological reset of how you view your 9-to-5 job. Your W-2 job is not your long-term wealth engine, and it's definitely not your identity. W-2 labor is the most heavily taxed income stream on the planet. The government takes their cut off the top before you see a dime, and your earning potential is fundamentally capped by linear time. Instead of looking at your job as a final destination, treat it as an active capital printer. You're trading your labor for steady, predictable active income. The purpose of that income is simple. Pay your baseline expenses and fund your asset acquisition machine. Stop expecting a 3% annual merit raise to change your life when real-world inflation is eating up your purchasing power. Use the stability of your job to take calculated risks and build assets outside of work hours. If you are carrying credit card debt, personal loans, or high interest car loans in 2026, you are running a race with 100-pound weights tied to your ankles. At current interest rates, carrying a $5,000 credit card balance at a 22 or 25% APR, that mathematically neutralizes any investing you try to do in the stock market. You cannot out-invest a 25% negative return on consumer debt. Before you start chasing speculative stock plays or trying to build complex dividend portfolios, you have to kill the high-interest debt monster. Treat high-interest debt as a guaranteed negative return on your net worth. Put every spare dollar of active income toward paying down balances with interest rates above 7 to 8%. The moment that debt is wiped out, that exact same cash flow can be used for monthly investments. Once your fixed floor is low and high interest debt is clear, point number 4 is automating your investment process. The biggest reason people fail to build wealth isn't a lack of knowledge, it's friction and emotion. If you manually decide how much money to invest at the end of every month, you will consistently find excuses to spend it. Set up automatic transfers on payday. The moment your paycheck lands, have a set dollar amount automatically moved directly into broad market index funds like S&P 500 ETFs or high quality dividend growth funds. The final move you must make to win in 2026 is building asymmetrical leverage outside of your 9-to-5. Saving your way to wealth on a single entry-level or mid-level salary in today's economy is nearly impossible. You cannot cut expenses down to zero, but your income potential has no ceiling if you build active leverage. This doesn't mean falling for get-rich-quick schemes or trading high-risk crypto. It means taking 5 to 10 hours a week to learn a high-value digital skill, whether that be video editing, high-ticket copywriting, digital media production, freelancing a specialized trade, or building a content brand. When you combine a stable 9-to-5 that covers your survival floor with a high-margin side skill that feeds straight into your investment machine, you compress a 30-year wealth timeline down to a few years of focused execution. Getting ahead in 2026 isn't about luck or hitting the lottery ticket. It's about executing simple cold math over and over until the numbers force you into financial freedom. Protect your cash flow, stop treating your W-2s like a religion, eliminate bad debt, automate your investments, and build skill leverage outside your job. If you are ready to stop guessing and want a concrete step-by-step blueprint to map out your exact numbers, optimize your income, and build real assets, click the link in the description to apply to work with me one-on-one. We will look directly at your situation and build a custom strategy tailored to you. Drop a comment below. What's the main goal you're chasing this year? Hit that subscribe button for real math-backed truth, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.